Good evening, this is Timothy Joseph Acob. I'm gonna explain this problem. Plate number 1 and given for number 1. Problem is a square footing for a multinational building has its bottom 2.5 meters below the ground surface. It has a dimension of 1.2 meters by 1.2 meters. Angle of friction of soil is 28 degrees. Unit weight of soil is 16 kN per meter cube with a cohesion of 22 kPa. It has a saturated unit weight of 18 kN per cubic meter. Use Fs is equals to 3. So, ito yung figure niya, ma'am. Makikita natin dito yung given. Ayan. Compute the bearing capacity factor NU. Compute the net allowable bearing capacity of the soil if there is water table at the bottom side of the footing. And letter C, compute the net allowable load that the footing could carry if there is a water table at a depth of 0.80 meters from bottom of footing. So, solution is here. For problem A, here is NQ. We use this formula. E raised to pi tan theta. Tan is squared. 45 plus theta over 2. So, ayan siya. Ngayon, nakukuha na rin itong value na to. And then, ipupunta natin siya here. So, NQ less 1 tan 1.4 theta is equals to this one, 14.71,988 less 1 tan of 1.4 times 28. So, makukuha natin ngayon yung bearing capacity factor na NY. So, ayan siya. Next B, Q ultimate or the net allowable bearing capacity of soil if there is water table at the bottom side of the footing. So, ito yung formula niya. 1.3 C n sub C plus Q n sub Q plus 0.40 gamma beta and Y. So, meron tayong value na NY doon. Ito siya. Q is equals to 16 times 2.5 is equals to 40 kPa. So, we have here gamma is equals to gamma sat minus gamma ng water is equals to 18 minus 9.81. Yan. So, makukuha natin yung gamma na 8.19 kN per cubic meter. And here, NC is equals to NQ less 1 cotangent. Theta is equals to 14.71988. So, ayun yung NQ natin. Gagamitin natin siya dito. Less 1 ulit. Cotangent, 28 degrees. So, yung 28 degrees is andito siya, given. NC is equals to 25.80. So, Q ultimate is equals to, ito, gagamitin natin yung formula here. 1.3 times C na 22, cohesion, times 25.80 na itong NC, plus 40, times 14.71988 na NY, plus, no, it's not NY. What do you call that? Yung NQ, sorry. Plus 0.40 times 8.19 times 1.12 and lastly 11.19. So, yung Q ultimate natin is equals to 1367 kPa and ito na siya. Q net is equals to Q ultimate less Q all over Fs is equals to 1367.74 minus 40 all over 3. So, makukuha natin yung net allowable bearing capacity of the soil. So, ito siya, 442.58 kPa. And for C, ito yung figure niya, makikita natin. Sabi niya dito, compute the net allowable load that the footing could carry if there is a water table at the depth of 0.80 meters. So, ito yung 0.80 meters. Ito siya dito. So, we have here the formula 1.3 Cn sub C plus Qn sub Q plus 0.40 gamma, beta, and Y. So, Q is equals to 16 times 2.5 is equals to 40 kPa. We have here the gamma, 16 times 0.80, ito, plus 18 minus 9.81, yung sa water, and 0.32 all over 1.12. Gamma makukuha natin 13.77 kilonewton per cubic meter. Ngayon, yung Q ultimate, to get that, gagamitin natin itong formula na to. 1.3 times 22 times 25.80 plus 40 times 14 na ito siya, yung NY here, ay NQ. 14.7199Q, 988 plus 0.40 times 13.77 multiplied to 1.12 and multiply it to 11.19. So, Q ultimate is 1395.71 kPa. So, makukuha natin yung net allowable capacity by this 1395.71 minus 40 times 1.2 raised to 2 all over 3. So, ito yung net allowable capacity natin. Na value niya, 566.87. Problem number 2, we have here a square footing shown has a dimension of 1 by 1 meter, has its bottom 2.5 meters below the ground surface. Angle of friction of the soil foundation is 30 degrees. Unit weight of soil is 18.1 kilonewton per cubic meter with a cohesion of 15.7 kilonewton per cubic meter. Saturated unit weight of soil is 19.3 kilonewton per cubic meter. Factor of safety is 3. So, meron tayong factor of safety. A, compute the value of the bearing capacity factor, NQ. So, hahanapin natin sa NQ. And B, compute the net allowable load that the footing could carry if the groundwater table is located 0.28 meter below foundation footing. And letter C, compute the net allowable load that the footing could carry if the groundwater table is located 1.2 meter below the ground surface. So, we have here the figure and its components. Sorry. So, here's the solution. So, gagamitin ulit natin yung formula na to based on soil, I guess chapter 9, Terzagi. NQ is equals to E raised to pi tan theta multiplied by tan squared 45 plus theta all over 2. So, ito siya, E raised to tan times 30 degrees tan squared 45 plus 15. 30 over 2 to. Yung theta niya is 30 degrees. So, NQ, we have here 18.40. And sa letter B, ito yung figure niya. Sabi niya kasi dito, compute the net allowable load that the footing could carry if the groundwater table is located 0.28 meters. So, ito yung groundwater. Nakikita mo siya. 0.20 lang pala, sorry. Ayun. Ito siya. So, NC, we have here cotangent theta, NQ less 1 is equals to cotangent 30 degrees theta, 30 degrees times 18.40 less 1 is equals to 30.14. So, we have here NY is equals to NQ minus 1 tan 1.4 theta is equals, minus 18.40 less 1 tan times 1.4 times 30 degrees is equals to 15.67. Now, here, QU is equals to 1.3. Ito yung gagamitin yung formula to get the gamma. QU is equals to 1.3 C N sub Q, N sub C pala. Plus Q, N sub Q, plus 0.40, gamma, beta, NY. So, gamma, ito siya, 1 all over B is equals to gamma D plus to gamma sat minus gamma ng water minus B minus D, times B minus D. Sorry. So, makukuha natin tong 11.212. Ngayon, to get the Q ultimate here, 1.3, gagamitin na natin siya. Ito siya. 1.3 times the cohesion, 15.71, 7. times 30 less 14 plus 45.25 times 18.40 plus 0.40 times 11.212 na itong gamma. Times 1 times 15.67. So Q ultimate is equals to 1518.03 kilonewton per meter squared. So yung Q net or the net allowable load is equals to here Q ultimate minus gamma ng DF all over Fs is equals to 1518.03 minus 45.25 all over 3. So Q net is equals to 490.83 kilonewton per meter squared. Q net is equals to QU net A is equals to yung area to. So is equals to 490.93 times area na 1 times 1. Q net is computed 490.93 kilonewton. So ayan siya. And letter C, for letter C, ito yung figure. Sabi niya dito, compute the net allowable load that the footing could carry. Ayan. If the groundwater table is located 1.2, ito siya. Ito na siya yung 1.2. Q is equals to 18.1 times 1.2 plus 19.3 less yung gamma ng water times 1.3. Ngayon, makukuha natin itong 35.06 kPa. Gamma sat minus gamma ng water is equals to gamma. So, ayan. 19.3 minus 9.81 gamma is equals to 9.49 kilonewton per cubic meter. So, yung Q ultimate natin ulit is equals to 1.3 C N sub C plus Q N sub Q plus 0.4 gamma, beta, and Y. Is equals to 1.3 times 15.7 na cohesion. NC natin is 30.14 plus yung Q na nakuha natin is 34.06 plus 18.40 na NQ and ipapasa ulit natin siya 0.40 yung nandito, nasan siya, ito 0.40 na yan, then gamma na 9.41 9.49 ito, sorry, plus 1 times 15.67. So Q ultimate is 1301.34 kPa. To get the Q net, we have 1301.34 minus 34.06 all over 3. Ito yung 34.06 na Q na nakuha natin. So ito siya. Q net is to be 422.43 kilonewton per square meter. Q net allowable load is equals to 422.40 times area. Ito siya Q net 422.43 kilonewton. Number 3, we have a problem here. A square footing carries an allowable load of 2548.50 kilograms. Its bottom is resting on a groundwater table which is 2.5. Ayan. So, ito yung, wait, malabo siya. Hindi ko siya makita. Ito yung 2.5. Ayan. Below ground surface, properties of soil is shown in the figure. Use Q ultimate 1.3 cohesion and C plus Q and Q plus 1.40 gamma, beta, and Y. So A, compute the dimension of the footing assuming a gross factor of safety 3. Ultimate bearing capacity of soil, net factor of safety, and lastly, compute the net bearing capacity of soil. So we have the figure here, and this is the DF or 2.5. Yun, 2.5 siya. So we have here solution. Gamma is equals to gamma sat minus gamma ng water is equals to 1965 less 1000 is equals to 965 kg per cubic meter. Q ultimate is equals to 1.3 cohesion and C plus Q and Q plus 0.4 gamma, beta, and Y. So Q is equals to 1846 times ito 1 times 2.5 is equals to 4615 kilogram per square meter. So Q ultimate is equals to 1.3 1605 times 35 plus 4615 times 22 plus 0.4 times 965 times B base times 19. So we have here Q ultimate 1022.80.75 plus 7334B. So gagamitan natin siya ng ganito. We have 25. Ito yung load. We have here the 2548.50 all over B squared to get the B is equals to 1022.80.75 plus ito 7334B all over 3 yung Q ultimate to. So base is equals to 1.2. Therefore, the dimension of the footing is equals to 1.2 by 1.2 meter. Yes. So, next is B, Q ultimate. We have here 1.3. So, gagamitin na natin ito, ang binigay niya na formula here. So, we have Q ultimate 1.3 times cohesion NC plus Q and Q plus 1.40 gamma beta NY. So, we have here 1.3 times 1605 times 35 plus 1846 times 22 plus 1.40 ito. Then the gamma na 965 plus yung beta na 1.2 and the NY na 19. So we have here Q ultimate is equals to 14442.3 kilogram per square meter. And letter C, we have here Q all over area is equals to Q ultimate minus Q all over Fs. So we have here Q ultimate 1022.80 plus 75 plus 7334 multiplied by 1.2 is equals to Q ultimate 11081.85 kilogram per square meter. So, yun. Gagawin ulit natin yung ginawa natin here. So, we have here 25 for 850 all over the area na 1.2 times 1.2 is equals to Q ultimate 111,081.55 minus Q na 4615 all over Fs. So we have here Fs is equal to 0.6. So yun yung hinahanap natin for letter B na ultimate bearing capacity of soil. Ay, mali na net factor of safety. Next is letter D, Q net is equals to Q ultimate minus Q all over Fs. Q net is equals to 14442.3 minus 4615 na Q all over 0.6 na Fs. We have here the Q net or the net bearing capacity of soil, which is 233,045.5 kilograms per cubic meter. Per square meter. D, we have here for plate number 1, last number 4. 2.2 by 2.2 meter footing is located 1.8 meter below the ground surface. The GWT or groundwater table is located at the ground surface. The subsoil, subsoil consists of a uniform deposit of soil. So we have here loose soil. The laboratory test results are as follows. So theta is 20 degrees. C or cohesion is equal to 14.4 kilonewton per square meter, and then Q ultimate is this formula. We're going to use this later. And gamma sat is 16.5 kilonewton per square meter. A, compute ultimate bearing capacity of the soil using Terzaghi's equation. B, gross allowable capacity of soil if Fs or factor of safety is equal to 3, and C, gross allowable load that can be imposed on the square footing. So here's the figure. Yes. Solution, you have Q ultimate. Gamitin natin itong formula here. So we have here 1.3 cohesion NC plus Q and Q plus 0.40 gamma beta NY. So we have NC 18 and Q 7 and Y 4.5 Q gamma DF. Q is equals, gamma is equals to gamma sat minus gamma ng water is equals to 16.5. Ito siya sat. And then minus ng gamma ng water na 9.81 is equals to 6.69. So we have gamma prime is equals to gamma. Q is equals to 6.69 times 1.8 is equals to 12.04. Q ultimate should be 1.3 times 14.4 times 18 plus 12.04 times 7 plus 0.4 times 6.69 times 2.2 times 4.5. So Q ultimate we have here 447.73 kilonewton per cubic meter. Now let's move on to letter B. We have here Q all is equals to Q ultimate all over Fs factor of safety is equals to 447.73. So yung Q ultimate natin here is ayun, ito na siya. We have here the 447.73 all over 3. Makukuha natin yung Q all, which is the gross allowable capacity of soil. Is equals to 149.24 kilonewton per square meter. So we have here the letter C last. Q all is equals to Q ultimate all over factor of safety times area. So we have 447.73 all over 3 times area na 2.2 times 2.2. We have yung gross allowable load that can be imposed on the square footing. So it should be 722.34 kilonewton per square meter.